political actors from various political parties on political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta,
and Crazy FE Eminary, aka Class.
Fridays from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 FM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM today, the 12th day of February 2024. Today is Monday and the time is 2 minutes past. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Do stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcast? The Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Punch, Vanguard, Daily Post, Sun, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as well live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gstfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Marathon world record holder Kevin Kimtum dies. Kenyan media. Exiting oil firms pollute Niger Delta with 36.1 million liters of crude in 8 years. US begins investigation into crash as Access Holdings scouts for Wigwe's replacement. Socio-economic rights and accountability project sues Akpabio Abbas over 344.85 billion naira National Assembly budget. Lukman. Others accuse Tinubu of to citizens' plight. Human Rights Writers Association falls a 1 billion naira request for federal government's wage committee. High fuel price contributes to food insecurity. Anglican Church, Afe Babalola tax Tinubu on fiscal policies. IMF confirms Nigeria's capacity to repay $2.82 billion debt. Niger restates ban on flights from Nigeria. Niger restates ban on flights from Nigeria. Guba polls why I want to become Ondo's first female governor by Adegocho. Frequent changes in Niger Delta Development Commission board responsible for challenges in project execution delivery. Tinubu berates ASU. Others for criticizing students' loan scheme says no going back. Buni clamps down on grain hoarders, exporters. Lagos vows to prosecute a pedestrian crossing highway. Lagos vows to prosecute pedestrians crossing highway. Adeboye, Nigeria needs urgent spiritual help to tackle hardship. Nigerian shippers cancel to bar unregistered operators from local ports. Court convicts CBT owner of theft, breach of trust. Others, Saraki gives scholarships to children of late Deputy Bossa. World Health Organization predicts global shortage of 10 million health workers. Valentine's Day, NACA advocates healthy, responsible celebration of love. Kanu sells 6 warehouses with grains, consumables. NAQs to curtail rejection of agri produce in Europe. Northern elders set economic security agenda for federal government. European Union to invest in 24 Delta communities, says Abubakar. Police warn against hostilities towards medical personnel in Kanu. Report suspicious mining activities in your area, or your government tells hunters, farmers, others. Reps considers expansion of Tantita's operation. London Mayor, non-governmental organization partner to tackle out-of-school children menace in Nigeria. Federal government pledges support for startups, artificial intelligence. Usodemma Kickstart fulfills second-term pledge with rural infrastructure, road projects, others. Credit economy will boost entrepreneurship, NICA declares. UTM FLNG boss, Ronnie Mons Wigwe, wife, son, Ogumbajo. UK minister visits Nigeria to strengthen business ties. APC aspirant suspends participation in Edo Guba primary. Enugu SMEDA sign 1 billion naira deal to empower MSMEs. Stakeholders advocate small medium enterprises inclusion in Nigeria's sustainability reporting push. Okonjo Iweala, Otedola, others among Wigways. NGX former chairman. Release of grains. FCT residents commend Tinubu wants impact on food prices. Nigerians decry increase in prices of medications. Power. Expert urges more investment to boost national grid. Wema Bank commiserates with Access Holdings on loss of CEO, Herbert Wigwe. Zamfara governor mourns loss of personal friend, Herbert Wigwe. U.S. authorities say shopper caught fire after crash. Peter Obi mourns Access Bank's CEO, Wigwe. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts 125.721 million naira worth of illicit drugs in FCT. Access Holdings finally confirms Wigwe's death. Sanwo-Olu, Fayemi, others pledge support to Wigwe. Access Bank speaks on fatal helicopter crash. The voices of Nigerian youth to develop abundance, a possibility mindset. Sanwo-Olu to flag off 750 million naira Lagos trader money for 15,000 beneficiaries February 14. WIG, U.S. court asks chopper manufacturer to pay $75 million to family of victim of another crash. Nigeria loses 17 billion naira yearly to soup noodles importation. Nigeria loses 17 billion naira yearly to soup noodles importation. Ondo Oyo Mashanta, butcher's wife, commits suicide. Tinubu tax armed forces on protection of Nigeria's territorial integrity. Enugu government debunks claims, says ranches are not ruga. NECO postpones staff promotion exam over insecurity. RECTEM celebrates fourth convocation. Community policing panacea for kidnapping, says cleric. Edo PDP holds national delegates election. Police rescue 12 children, arrest 3 suspected traffickers in Abuja. Customs spot rate dippings. Customs spot rate dippings Nigeria's woes, endangers ease of doing business. Property, cash worth hundreds of millions lost to fire incident in Lagos. Power generation to receive major boost with Iseni gas project. Amanda Ozawa appointed head of licensing West Africa at Mudundo. 2024 Hajj, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency warns against concealing kola nut, unprescribed drugs to Saudi Arabia. States in Nigeria risk total collapse amid rising hardship, unemployment. Japa says report. Do not take back seats. Okonkwo Awosika tells women. Do not take back seat. Okonkwo Awosika tell women. Killing of Yoruba monarchs. Group tax Gani Adams to defend Yoruba land. Ameliorate plight of persons with disabilities. Forum advises Obaseki. Crisis looms in Ogbomosho over alleged destruction of farmlands by herdsmen. Federal High Court affirms NMDPRA's powers on statutory levies. Foundation empowers widows. Students at 6th anniversary. Student union not responsible for Tuesday's unrest. Vice Chancellor. Over 120,000 refugees in Cameroon seek return to Borno State. Police IRT neutralize notorious wanted kidnapper Musa Wada. Destroy camps in Abuja. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Guardian newspaper, will flip over to the leadership newspaper. Governor Otu cries out over hacking of mobile line. Governor Otu cries over hacking of mobile line. Wige's cryptic post hints at end of life. NGF chairman Herbert Wigwe Ogumbajo. Students seek end to kidnapping. Banditry in Nasarawa tertiary institutions. Obafemi Awolowo University alumni award 10.4 million naira scholarship to students. Herbert Wigwe wife, child, Ogumbajo, die in shopper crash. Nobody will invest in unsafe environment, says Alia. Hardship. Governor Buni holds emergency meeting, rolls out measures against hoarding. Others reconsider mass transfer in police. San tells Inspector General of Police. Again, CBN increases customs duty on cargo clearance by 4 naira. JAMB warns students against fake admission letter. NEC meeting, Judge orders Showumi to paste court processes on PDP secretariat. 16 political parties to contest Edo governorship race. We won't allow selfish interests destabilize Benue APC, Governor Alia. Edo Guba, Labour Party adjusts date for primaries, increases number of delegates. Tinubu laws armed forces, seeks end to banditry, insurgency. AFCON 2023, Truce Ekong wins Best Player of the Tournament award. Sustain tournaments inbuilt unity, says Vice President Chetima. Côte d'Ivoire clinched third AFCON title, beat Nigeria 2-1 in 2023 final. CAF President Mosepe won't confirm dates for 2025 AFCON. Still on the stories making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning. Leaked memo, we advise Tinubu on fifth columnist, says Arewa think tank. APC members, leaders join NMPP in Kanu. Edo governorship, APC issues screening certificates to 12 aspirants for primaries. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Claim Akeredoru's wife brought Ayedatiwa to government. Ridiculous. Supporters. Abimbola Ogubanjo, ex-NGX chair who died in helicopter crash. Hisba seizes 8,600 beer bottles in Kanu. Suspected prostitutes head. Aggrieved Edo PDP aspirants threaten legal action. Adeleke raises committee to end Oshun Jusun strike. Obalande Bridge squatters ordered to leave. Probe debts by past government. Probe debts by past government. Affair tells Tinubu. Ensure transparency in federal government grain distribution. Labour Party, PDP. Immortalize Jimmy Solanke. ANA urges Ogun government. Immortalize Jimmy Solanke. ANA urges Ogun government. Valentine's Day. Protect yourselves. NACA advises Nigerians. Hospital discharges rescued Ekiti kidnap victim. Ogun host National Transport Council meeting. Nigeria to become food exporter through mechanized farming. Tinubu, what Wig told me before his death. FAAN mechanized farming. Tinubu, what Wig told me before his death. FAAN MD. Oyo monitors 500 million naira SME loan beneficiaries. CU e-learning program to bridge Nigeria's admission deficit. FC. Lawmaker distributes food packs to 8,500 residents. CIS marks 30th anniversary with book presentation. Lagos educates traders on hygiene, food storage. FTN Cocoa aimed zero revenue in 2023. Kanu seizes 10 warehouses to prosecute owners for hoarding foodstuffs. Police charge Bayelsa Senator with NYSC exemption certificate forgery. My re-election rescued Bayelsa from cabal, says Diri. Nigeria's predicaments not solely political. Adeboye. Sanwo-Olu pledges support for Red Cross. Diabetes patients seek government intervention in rising insulin price. AFCON finals, key moments from first half to Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. AFCON finals, key moments from first half of Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. Kanu lawmaker disburses 5 million naira to 43 entrepreneurs. Nigeria needs divine intervention, says Adeboye. Nigeria will become net exporter of food, says Tinubu. Lagos vows to prosecute pedestrian crossing highway. Lagos vows to prosecute pedestrians crossing highways. And that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. Hardship. Students now trade property to survive. Rain. Wintry weather responsible for crash. Utilities. Higher prices loom as businesses rely more on loans to survive. Gunmen kill driver, abduct passengers in Ondo. AFCON awards. Truce Ekong wins player of the tournament. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency nabs 6-month pregnant woman. 23 other suspected drug suppliers. Gunmen will taking this. Tackling food poisoning in Nigeria. A walk amongst writers and Odia, a living legend. Tinubu should come clean. Institutionalizing culture of fiscal transparency in Nigeria customs. UK Minister Kemi Badenoch arrives in Nigeria for trade partnership. UK Minister Kemi Badenoch arrives Nigeria for trade partnership. Hardship. Tinubu hints on providing social welfare for all citizens. Economic hardship. Nigeria needs urgent spiritual help. Adeboye. Seek debt relief from international creditors. Afe Babalola tells Tinubu. Attacks. Dariye commends Tinubu's approval for military barrack in Bogos. Cote d'Ivoire wins AFCON 2023, defeat Nigeria 2-1. AFCON final. Mourinho backs best friend Pizarro to make history. Over 120,000 Nigerian refugees in Cameroon cry for Tinubu's help to return. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency nabs a pregnant woman. 3 others intercept 7.6 tons of illicit drugs. I beg him to take me along. Osita Chidoka shares last conversation with Wigwe. Navy arrests vessel for alleged crude oil theft. I planned to commit suicide if my grandchildren weren't released. Grandma of kidnapped Ekiti pupils. Taylor Swift, Travis exchange kisses after Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Still on the stories making headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. 19 trillion naira target and Adedeji's shift from traditional tax administration. Ban on sachet spirits, PET bottles threaten 800 billion naira investment. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Ban on sachet spirits, PET bottles threatens 800 billion naira investment. Manufacturing Association of Nigeria. Senate uncovers $400 million intervention funds in banks. Naira depreciates to 1,510 naira per dollar in parallel market. Wigwe corporates shock at incident. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. AFCON 2023, Chetima hails gallant Super Eagles, promises reward for players. Hardship, Nigeria experiencing deepening economic crisis. IMF, AFCON final, you showed resilience, talent of Nigeria. Tinubu salutes Super Eagles. AFCON 2023, not expected result. Atiku, Shehu Sani react to Super Eagles defeat. AFCON final, woeful performance, one shot on goal. Arise TV's Rufai Oseni blast Super Eagles. AFCON 2023, Nigerian presidency congratulates Cote d'Ivoire after beating Super Eagles. AFCON 2023 final, Atiku's ex-aide, Biwala, reveals why two Super Eagles lost. Anambra 2025, Soludo faces tough hurdles ahead second-term bid. Valentine's Day, Naka urges Nigerians on responsible sexual behavior. Blame Buhari for hardship in Nigeria. Ex-Emir of Kanu, Sanusi. Economic hardship. Be patient with Tinubu. Most Reverend Ndukuba urges Nigerians. Economic hardship. Nigerians need urgent spiritual help. Pastor Adeboye. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Tinubu, CBN, Access Holdings pay tributes. Northern elders to discuss economic security agenda with federal government. Northern elders to discuss economic security agenda with federal government. Sanwo-Olu to launch trader money security before in Kanu for First Lady's visit. Why development in Niger Delta is slow by Niger Delta Development Commission Board. Ababio to Eno, don't listen to those fanning embers of division. Doctor seek healthy lifestyle. Lawmaker lifts constituents. Lagos seeks cooperation for data collection. Nigerians should promote friendship. Sell on the stories making headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Aspirant donates 1 million naira for palace construction. We need gender equality in STEM. Genetically modified crops tested, regulated. NAQs promises zero rejection of agro export. Play two killings. Darriere hails a president for setting up K-Nigeria partnership. Shareholders mourn. Governors lament loss. Tinubu, CBN, Access Holdings pay tributes. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Agosto and Co. Petroleum sector will grow. Manufacturing will suffer in 2024. NUPRC engages Total Energies on offshore oil debt. Domestic crude obligation. NUPRC engages Total Energies on offshore oil debt. Domestic crude obligation. Tinubu, we are revolutionizing agriculture towards achieving food sufficiency for Nigerians. inside Nollywood to honor industry veterans at INIFFAA 2024. You are listening to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona Day 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Monarch Events and Promotions na ọhaneze ka ha dewere anya ha hụ ndị otu ndị Nigeria ji eme ọnụ na asọmpi kara aka nke akpọrọ The Lion Heart and the Champion Homecoming. Asọmpi a ga-adị n'etiti ndị otu ndị Nigeria na ọtụtụ ndị mba ọzọ ga-etinye bụ ọnụọgụgụ dị iche iche. N'afọ nnobi Idemili South Local Government Area Anambra State bụ Victor Bennett, onye gara kụọ ọkpọ na Ghana wee tụrụ ugo mmeri wee lọta, ga-akụ ọkpọ live n'ụbọchị ahụ ya na onye ogbo ya bụ Queen Honest Diego onye Ecuador. Bịa nye anya nke ọ na-eri ndị Afrịka ndị welitere isi n'igwe egwu ga-anọ ya live, tinyere ndị kọmedian ndị ga-eme gị obi ụtọ. Ọtụtụ ndị welitere isi na mba ụwa dị iche n'iche ga-anọkwa ya. Anyị pụtara n'igwe ụbọchị Satọde bụ 17 February n'afọ 2024 ka anyị kwado ha n'ogige International Conference Center Ọka, Anambra State. Ọ ga-akpọtụ ya bụkwasịkwa ndị ya ji ụlọ Love Bites Fruits and Beverages Limited Nnobi na-akwado isi ya.
Oh yes, Umunya, are you ready? Umunya City West Crusade. Ọ ga-adị egwu, ọ ga-adị kpọkpọ. Ụmụnye nakwa obodo niile gbara ya okirikiri gaji ịhụta mbitụ aka Chineke n'ụzọ ga-adị ebube dịka Evangelist John Ọka ga-atụ dan n'ụmụnya iji wee chịkọba ọgbakọ oziọma mkpụrụ abalị abụọ ga-ada ụda akpọrọ 2 Nights of Solution. Abalị abụọ iji wee weta ogbo nyere nsogbu gị niile. Isiokwu ya bụ Enough is Enough. Elijah is here. O zuola, ọ tụọla ya. Amụghị nwa gị ahụ atụọla ya. Ọnọdụ ụbịam, o mebere machi ekwe gị ahụ atụọla ya. Nrịanrịa ahụ na-emekpa gị ahụ, nsogbu nke ezinụlọ, abụbọ ọnụ, alụghị di maọbụ nwaanyị n'oge kwesịrị. Ha niile ga-abịa n'isi njedebe maka na eluigwe esugo ya stand. Cheta na ọ bụ Apostle Dr. John Ọka ka Chineke ga-ejikwara ngwa ọrụ n'ọgbakọ oziọma a. Ọ ga-amalite n'abalị 23 wee ruo n'abalị 24 nke ọnwa Febrụwarị afọ a. Ọ ga na-amalite ma o jiri ọkara gafeta elekere 4 nke mgbede n'ụbọchị ndị a niile, ebe ọ ga n'ime ebunilo ndị ichie họl dị n'Ụmụnya. Maka ajụjụ kpọọ 0703 3882 221. Kpọrọ ndị ezinụlọ gị, kpọrọ ikwu na ibe gị, bịa sonye n'ihe omume a maka na Elijah nọ n'ebe a. Jizọs bụ eze.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona 103.5 FM to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders. And most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Hey, Bangles and married with Love Doctor of Ebona FM. Ogadi, Rubochuka, 18th February 2024. Na Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites. Ogidi. There will be game shows for couples. Okay, Imara Wuje Dinkoma, one, Imara Dinkoma, Dili, Nefu, Senior Gerite, 10,000 naira. Yana for consolation prizes in those body chiche. Venue, Paradise Regain Hotel and Suites, off Oyolisa Market by Eras Mbekwe Road, Ogidi. Time 12 noon till Kokoroko. For booking of accommodations and inquiries, phone on Bandia 080-289-67296. Mobile 080-289-67131.
Yes.
Come with your
Good morning.
partner
Yes,
to
I have
receive
me
your-
send
the
you.
light
This
of your
super
love.
is
Get
no, I mean, I'm a
Valentine's show for
No,
singles
what
and
you
married
send
with
this
the
morning,
Love
you send
Doctor
the
of
kit, you
Ebona
said it's something now. That's what you send.
As Paradise Regain
Now,
Hotel
what's
and
up?
Suites,
Okay,
Ogidi.
okay. It is still 7:35. It is not yet late. I will still put it now. I will put it now. No, he sent it this morning now. Can they follow? He sent it this morning. Can follow. He sent it this morning now. You said 7. You said it's something. I'm following it. Let me put it now. He sent the note to back and this was up. Upon a move to the notice send there before I am going to draw on the time. Can you get the schedule? No to back send the key send it. Follow views go. My plans was to follow it to this week before. So no problem. I'm all below.
This one are legit info from the stables of Robin Faith Concept Limited. I know say you don't sabi that name by now. Robin Faith Concept Limited, now big name for this real estate business. We get the track record and we dey deliver for everything we talk. Now we bring you Blessed Garden Estate, phase 1 and phase 2. Now we still bring you Airlight Garden Estate and Unique Garden Estate. All these estates dey in the capital city of Delta State, and people wey sabi levels don buy them finish. But no worry, because land no dey finish. And our work na to direct you go where you go get the best value for your money. This time, we don carry am come your domot with the brand new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, just 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo Local Government Secretariat. This one na confirmed premium estate when you fit get with small money when no go turn your
okay, sorry. Green Energy BE send for 850 something, right?
50,000 naira for one plot.
Okay. And you didn't answer me about this one. So when I now saw it immediately, I thought it was it. I never made of my was thinking no
Otulu off Asaba Benin Expressway. Just 2 minutes from Asaba Housing Estate and 5 minutes from which tech group of companies. Golden City Garden Estate dey for good location when we say na only 20 minutes e go take from Coca Junction flyover, 10 minutes from Asaba International Airport, and e no far from the express route. For inside Golden City Garden Estate, you go enjoy light and water 247. The environment clean and the dey serene for you and your family with good road network, and street light go dey shine for every corner. You no go worry about security because solid fence dey around the estate and security men when dem train wella go man the gate 247. On top that one, recreational center dey for your maximum relaxation. Wetin you dey wait for? Waka come Robin Faith Concept Limited office make you collect your own plot inside the brand new Golden City Garden Estate. Because special promo dey on now, and for this promo season, you go get 464 square meters of land when be 50 by 100, one plot for only 350,000 naira. This promo na for only 2 weeks. So no dull yourself. With only 350k, you don't become landlord inside this correct estate for we capital city. Call us today for 081 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Once you pay, we go allocate your land sharply, plus give you deed of assignment, register survey plan, and government approved extension. When go show say even government confirm wetin we dey do, you no get anything to worry about. Now we dey run am. If you no get all the money to pay now, you fit dey pay small for the one wey dey call installment payment plan. Well then na 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months. As long as you no go turn your eye, better payment plan dey for you to choose. Take advantage of this special promo when they on now unto say one plot of land, 464 square meters, na only 350,000 naira. Because once this promo ends, the price go increase more, and the promo na just 2 weeks e go last. Secure the future for you and your family. Buy your own land today. Make yourself become landlord inside the new Golden City Garden Estate, Otulu, when be only 2 minutes from Akuku Igbo Local Government Secretariat. Come our office when they inside the Mock Petrol Station, kilometer 81 68 32 2403. That is 081 68 32 2403. I say 081 68 32 2403. Now, Robin Faith Concept Limited, they develop Golden City Garden Estate.
Hello, good morning. Okay. Okay. And then, okay. I'm sorry. And then, you're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 661 You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to this day newspaper. Pastor Adeboye, Nigeria's problem beyond human ability requires spiritual solution. Federal government urges Niger Delta Development Commission to collaborate with state governments, adhere to public service rules. JAMB, court convicts CBT center owner over registration infraction. Others, Tinubu Soludo praise Offer for spending over 5 billion naira on charity. Exports. Additional benefits scheme enhances retirement under CPS. House of Representatives extols MPA's commitment to. From this day newspaper, we flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Wigwe, I lost a personal friend, Zamfara governor. Incorporate biometric data in 2024 census. Ex-MPC commissioner urges Tinubu. Police arrest suspected criminals in Niger. 2027 governorship seat should be considered to Kwara North. APC chieftain. How we lost over 500 million naira to wrestling. Zamfara cattle dealers. Police arrest pastor, 2 others for trafficking 12 children in Abuja. Governor Abiodun expresses shock over Wigwe's others' death. Kebi, Emir presents live hippopotamus to Governor Idris. Wigwe, Arubofa, Ujubo. Last 3 days, nightmare for Nigeria. Fani Kayode, that's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now flip over to our WhatsApp portal to bring you reactions this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Manly Oduago, comrade Manly Oduago from Odumodosi, and it says, truly, in a union of mutual distrust, perpetual acrimony, and flagrant misappropriation of our patrimony, there is the urgent need for us to talk. Our president should form a talk show or convoke a conference of the federating parts of the union where we discuss in totality our being and nationhood without hypocrisy or pretense. No area should be so designate, no go. Okay, and he says, should we want to achieve? It's because we have always run away from crucial talk of national magnitude that we are fast drifting down the precipice, the edge of the cliff. A little show, Nigeria will be in the deep of the ocean. The depth of internal regret, God forbid. Come, thank you so much. We have a message. It's coming from Obugwa Kenneth Okuchuku from Umuoba Umuoba Kingdom. AFCON have come and gone. Nigeria should face their social problem like unemployment, insecurity, hike of food, prices, electricity, shortage, economic dwindling. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message. It's coming from Agonabo, and he's joining us from Ofa Agluzibu, and he says incessant killing, hardship, farmers killing by Fulani are the major problem to tackle by our securities and not the other way around. We are watching. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Christian Ufundo from Onitsha. And he says, high fuel price contributes to the hardship and food scarcity in this country because if one buys some goods at a cheaper price somewhere and convert them at a high cost of transportation. The sales must add the total. Present bad condition in this country was caused by removal of the fuel subsidy without plans. Nigeria to become food exporter, says Tinubu. The above statement is like the type of statement that is being expected to hear from a person suffering from an acute. Okay, and he continued as he says, how do you think that agriculture will thrive where herdsmen were allowed and pampered to feed their cows on the farmers' crops? If Nigeria wants to come out of this mess, she should put upon herself. She put on upon herself. She must learn to remove the satanic idea of preferential treatment to some certain set of people, or we continue going backwards forever. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Sunday Kenna, and he's watching us live from Nobi, and he says congratulations to Super Eagles for their attempt. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Chinedu Oneka, pastor, and he says congratulations to Ivorian national team for winning 2024 AFCON. Also, congratulations to our own national team, the Super Eagles. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message is coming from Engineer Ibuka Joshua Dawson, and he's joining us from 3-3, and he says kudos to our Super Eagles teams. Our Super Eagles put in their best efforts with high energy, stamina, and tactics, but in the end, Cote d'Ivoire emerged victorious and won the cup. I congratulate our national team and indeed every Nigerian for our great display of talents and football skills, which took us far in the tournament. I strongly sympathize with the families of Access Bank CEO, wife, and son who died on a helicopter crash. And he says Muhammad Sanusi has said rather than blaming President Bola Tinubu for the present hardship in the country, accusatory fingers should be pointed at. We have this message is coming from Valentine Edene from Umbo, and he says Pastor Adeboye stands as a need pastor or diviner to tell me that Nigeria does not need any spiritual help to tackle hardship. Mr. Tinubu is the cause of hardship of this country. Remember, he will always say it is his turn, not that he has an agenda to carry out. My sincere condolence to Weaver's family for the great loss. Valentine Edene from Umbo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. The boss from Okozo, he says, congratulations to host nation. The boss again says, Super Eagles tried very well. Luck gassed out, and he says, gassed them. And he says, okay, luck is against them. And he says, congratulations to Super Eagles too. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Chico Bata from Obineti to Okozo. And he says, yes, high cost of fuel is the cost of high price of items. It will be better for Tinubu to hear the cry this country and return fuel subsidy. Congratulations to the winner of AFCON. Nigeria needs God intervention. But let me say this, Nigeria problem now caused by man, because God did it for us by giving Nigeria a savior, which we came out with one mind and gave him our votes. INEC turned it upside down. Be patient with Tinubu. That's what we hear all the time. But I say before and again, even if Tinubu have 10 years more, he have nothing to offer. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Chris Anufondo once more, and it says Nigeria problem beyond human solution. This is an undiluted truth, because if you look into what is happening in this country now, you can agree with the person who made the above statement that Nigeria needs a spirit surgical operations. Otherwise, there is no hope. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Obiora from Okozu, and it says Adeboye says Nigeria need divine intervention. That is true. But the Bible says we shall know the truth and the truth shall set us free. Moses confronted Pharaoh to set Israel free from slavery. Please, sir, how many times have you openly condemned the atrocities happening in Nigeria? Sanusi said hardship started from Buhari, and it is true. Buhari must be held responsible and arrested. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll now flip over to our SMS portal to bring your reactions this morning. And it says Nigeria needs urgent spiritual help from Adeboye. How many Nigeria him don't help? I concur with Sanusi on unleashing mayhem to the business community in the guise of revenue generation. Every segment of the nation's economy has been shambled. I don't think that things will come to normal again as we are struggling to cross the undoubted Red Sea. Soludo has no threat in Anambra as to that. Okay, okay, you made a mistake, and he says that are jostling. Okay, as for those that are jostling for his seat are misfits who will lead the nation in prayers, and so that God will hear our cry. We are praying. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And still on our SMS portal, we have this message coming from Alaket Dance Ubinna, and he says the federal government setting up a military base in my own local government of Plateau since the massacre of December 2023. No single Fulani Warudas have been apprehended. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And still on our SMS portal, we have this message is coming from Iweka Ifanya from Ikengo Gidi, and he says the truth remains that Tinubu has failed as a president, and why will he lie to Eagles that he will be watching? And he says he continues, yet he was not seen anywhere in the stadium. He just failed Nigerians and the Super Eagles that not win the cup. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. He says, kudos to Soludo on the ongoing construction of John Ogu Ifite Okozo Road, which is in progress, and kudos once again to Sir Emeka Ofo on his empowerment to the less privileged during his 65th birthday. This is coming from Wingate Ikechukwu Nwakeze from Okozo. We have a message. It says, good morning. It's coming from Simon for Ezra Former, Esquire from Oka. And it says, the present hardship and anguish in the nation should be a cause of worry to President and our leaders. Again, kudos to Super Eagles and Ivory Coast on AFCON finals between. Okay, and it says, lessons to learn. Resilience and determination is key. Don't lose faith quick. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We want to flip over to our Facebook portal to bring reactions this morning. From our Facebook portal this morning, we have a message coming from Chunguba Ume, and it says AFCON losses for the matches is worrisome, but still we congratulate them. It is because of hunger and hardship killings in Nigeria that caused it. We pray that God will protect us. Yes, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we have this message. It is coming from Umma Olebara and Dr. Mrs. WhatsApp portal. We have this message that says, it is coming from Agonabo and he's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibu. And he says, incessant killing, hardship, farmers killings. Okay, we've gotten this. And he says, what I know is that what is happening in Nigeria and us are not spiritual, but physical, and we know them. I don't agree with Pastor Adeboye Agonabo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. This one is coming from Kenneth Ndubisio Cap from Omueze Omunachi, and he says mechanized agriculture promised to Nigeria by President Tinubu is not obtainable in Nigeria, where herdsmen kill farmers and destroy their farm produce. And he says a Nigerian government valued cows more than their citizens. Government should tackle insecurity before anything. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kenneth Ndubisio Cap from Omueze Omunachi. Well, this is the spot where we'll call it today on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Airborne at the 103.5 FM once it's 8:20. We'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I remain Martin. Have a beautiful morning.
is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebona, the 103.5 FM with Martin Define Shukulu every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders. And most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to everyone at 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your
Family is the foundation of the society. Now, this never now the 103.5 FM, wherever I got it, classic lady. Classic lady.
Never at 103.5
FM. No girl be lazy no more. Canada Garage every Tuesday, na Friday, 3 to 4 p.m.
Sure. Good boy.